Okay, so I see a lot of debate on what you should do for shoutouts, whether it should just be something in the chat, or you display their video on your stream, or just put a little something on your stream to shout out somebody. I came up with something a lot better than that really does shout people out the way they should be shouted out. And that's using a QR code that auto-posts to my Discord, and then, well, I also send that out to my Facebook and my Twitter. So, let me show you how that's going to work. So normally I have my little chat bar here and people come in and they chat, but when I do a shout out for somebody, it comes up with this receipt that prints out and it has the QR code on it. And the best part is, this QR code changes every single time somebody is shouted out in my stream, sending them directly to that Twitch channel. Now, here's the best part. I'm going to give you the import code to be able to add QR codes to your own shoutouts, and I'm going to help you see how you can set this up to make it your own. Don't mind the sleepy kitty. She wouldn't move before I started recording, so it just is what it is here. Now let me show you how mine works, and then I'll show you how the QR code is functioning on its own for you, and then yeah, we'll get you set up and going. I've set the command up to be exactly what you would see on pretty much everything is !SO, and then you add the person's name to it. And that's my trigger to have the following happen. And it's going to set up an argument for the QR code. This is essentially going to say, hey, this is the channel we want, and the target username is going to be whoever we're shouting out. It's drawing from the input of whoever we're shouting out. Then comes the execute the code. Now, let me be completely honest here. I don't know how to code, and this I actually sat with ChatGPT and had some basic ideas of what to do, but with the ChatGPT, I was able to figure out how to make this happen, and now you have a QR code generator with a very simple link. Everything I build in the Streamer.bot usually is with the tools available, so when I code something, know that I probably didn't code it, at least not yet, until I actually figure out how to code and code correctly. Now, to give you an idea of what's going on here, we have where it does string the QR code data to the string. And as you come through, it's going to go ahead and add a lot of the information we need. Now, while mine is set up a little bit different because this was the original way I put this together, what happens is when you set your arguments in your version, you're going to have where it's going to put in the Twitch user's Twitch link, then it'll set the size, set the front color, the back color, the margin, the format, and it all strings into a single link. You will also have where you will set where that's going to get saved on your PC. The good news is that is going to be replaced every single time you run this. It will replace the same image, so you won't be storing a whole bunch of different images over and over again. And then simply it just goes out to the website, gets the information, retrieves it, and saves it. And then from here, we just add our browser source, text, all this information, and this is just going to run like every other thing when it comes to the sub printer, when I do my subscribers, when I do my gifted subs, and all those various different things that I use my sub printer for. Now, your alert can be really whatever you want it to be. If you just want it to be a simple thing that pops up with somebody's name and the QR code and says, hey, scan this, go for it. It's your creative vision, however it's going to fit your brand of how you live stream. Now, I did include this in the Streamer.bot build that myself and 9 other creators did with a Streamer.bot raid train for the 3rd birthday of Streamer.bot, and if you didn't see it, it's because I streamed at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you most likely were asleep. But with that, I did add this into there where you can build off of it, as well as included into the alerts that I had made in that instance. So let's go ahead and take a look at the one you're going to download and use yourself that you can build off of. So in here we have the QR code generator that is included. It will also come up as QR code generator under the category. In our actions, we have where you would need to save a file path. So here, you just need to edit this to whatever you need to save it to. Now, if you need to make this easier on yourself where this is going to be saved, you can come up to the bar, right-click, and copy address as text. Then when you come in here, all you have to do is paste it in. It's going to give the folder location, then you just need to add an extra slash and add the name of the image that you are going to be saving to. Now, a quick note about this is in order to save this correctly and make sure it works, sometimes it's best to just take a random PNG copy, it doesn't matter what it is, throw it in that folder, and then rename it to whatever you're going to save it as. And that's just simply because of the way Streamer.bot works. It usually looks for an image file that it needs to save to in order to work. Really, it doesn't matter what the image file you're putting in that folder is, because this is just going to wind up overwriting it so long as you set the image to be the exact same as what's in the folder. Next up, you have where we have the front color and the back color. Now this, you can pick the colors you want. So if you double click, you can choose any color you want, define the custom color. If you have hex codes or anything like that, you can make this work. So I'll keep this the standard look, which the front color would be the blocks that would be black. The background color would be white. And now it looks like the standard QR code that you would see pretty much anywhere with the black and white. But know that you can change these colors to whatever colors you would want. Next up, you have where you can set what format you need it to be. Now, most generally, PNG is going to be fine. But if you need something like a JPEG or you need it to be an SVG, you can change that here. And I have included the list of formats that can be applied using this API. For the argument size, I found that 300 by 300 was perfectly fine, but you can go up to a max size of 1000 by 1000. Now, this is currently disabled. All you'll have to do is right-click and enable, so that way you can add the information from the shoutout. Then down here, what's going to happen is the same thing. The QR code will set to the Twitch channel that we need it to for that shoutout. Then when it's done, it's going to execute the code that we have within. Then after that point, all you have to do is add whatever you want. Now, if you already have an alert established, all you have to do is right-click, go to Core, do Actions, and Run Action. And then you just need to select your QR code generator. Now, when you've added it into the mix, such as this, you'll need to be over in the QR code generator, and you will need to disable this portion. And that is, with this method, if we were to run this, there is no input for it to grab a name from. So if we disable that part and we go over here where we added in the QR code, then it's going to take the information from here, not from the input. This is mainly just because of how the two different instances are going to work, because one is a shoutout command that relies on the input of a name from the chat, where the other one is somebody redeeming something, like a follow, a subscription, giving bits, anything like that that would trigger a normal alert. So with that, you would have to change it from a user input to user redeem. So it's really just a minor change when it's taking the whole action and inserting it into an alert. The reason I built it this way is that way it gives you the versatility to be able to use it as a shoutout or use it in alerts. Now, you can use it for both, and there's a simple way to take care of that as well. So if you need two different ones, one for a shoutout and one for your alerts, just right-click, hit duplicate, and then on the copy, I would just go down and rename it. So I would click edit, and here I would just put alert in the parentheses, and this way I know this one is for my alert and this one is for my shoutout. This way, you can use it for more than one thing. Rather than just shoutouts, you can use it for alerts. You can use it for really anything you need. Duplicating this action and then changing the name of it and using it in different instances is a perfect way to make sure that you can use the QR code as many times as you want in as many different ways as that you want. Now, one thing I do on top of this is I also add a Discord webhook to send it to my Discord, so that way we always keep track of who's getting these receipts. So with the Discord webhook, what winds up happening is this way I save the entire thing with the QR code. This way, when anybody scans it, they can go directly to that channel. And we've done it for different creators. But this way we shout out so many different creators, helping them to get their channels noticed, to help them find their audience. This is so much better than just going, well, look at this random clip that could be the most trash clip ever, and this way, send them to their content. Send them to the actual stuff that they want you to see. Now, I also use IFTTT in order to make these things auto-post to Facebook and Twitter while I'm streaming, which if you haven't seen that video, I tell you how that can be achieved easily in the video above, right there. And I use IFTTT in order to make sure that I am shouting people out as fast as possible, as well as letting people know that I'm live, because if I'm posting stuff on Twitter that shows these images, everybody that has been in my streams knows I'm live. That's their cue to get in. But even on my Twitter, you see that I'm auto-posting these receipts. I'm getting these shout-outs put out there for everyone to see and make sure that people are going and checking out these channels. And of course, on Facebook, we're making sure that's happening as well. We're making sure that our shoutouts are getting as much traffic as possible, letting people get to different pages, to different channels, letting people know where they can check out people that I'm recommending. Now, I will be dropping the import code on my website at osuphoenix.tv, but make sure you're going to my website, checking out, getting that download, as well as checking out anything else on my website. I also have free designs up there that you can turn in to really any kind of channel point redemption you want. There's alerts, there's overlays, there's a lot of things for free you can download as well to really make your streams more interactive and more fun. So if you find all this helpful, make sure you're subscribed because I have a lot more stuff coming for you guys, especially when it comes to Streamer.bot and giving away some of the stuff that I've made and giving you guys more creative control over your own streams and be able to make it more unique. So download this, incorporate QR codes as a way for you to shout out people and get traffic to their channels, helping out people and getting yourself noticed in the process. So with that, my friends, that's all I got for you today. Have a good one, and I will catch you later on the next video.